She already pooped, so we don't have to worry about her hanging the butt off the back of the boat type of thing.
Moxie, lay down.
Moxie, Greg, and I are riding around the world to raise $100,000 for the nonprofit Girl Up. We're donating 10% of Ruffly sales to the fundraiser and posting a new episode every week. It's a big dog on two wheels adventure for girls' empowerment. So follow along and please lend your support.
Overland Expo West here in Flagstaff, Arizona. It's all about these overlanding vehicles. So there are these really cool tricked out like Jeep type vehicles, or even these larger truck looking ones.
These like world conqueror type vehicles.
That have like the
end of days type stuff.
That have the huge wheels, and then they've got the campers attached to them and all of their accessories, and they look really awesome. Very expensive vehicles, but very like heavy duty. Like this is what you would take if you were on like an Africa expedition. That's what you would imagine. That's what these are. After Revzilla's at Get On ADV Fest, we shipped our stuff down here because we didn't want to do like double shipping. So we had it all sent here.
What we didn't want to do, this guy didn't want to do, is to be schlepping all of our like tent and everything, all the banner and all that, while he's like off-roading through the Sierra Nevadas and whatever. All right, we think this is the area. We were told that this is where you come to get your stuff that you had sent in, and so we are about to find out.
Those are for us.
Those are for Ruffly.
I think they're over there. That one, that black one.
Yeah, there's like
right there. Wow. As per usual, Moxie is a huge help with everything and anything that has to do with setting up. She puts the working line. So we bring along two kibble to go bags. One is actually for kibble, and then the other one carries Moxie's spare gear, just in case she needs another backup harness or another collar. Because her normal kibble bag that's used all the time, every day, is still in such good condition even after a few months on the road, I couldn't tell the difference with the backup kibble bag that holds the backup gear, and I stuffed all the clean, nice backup gear into the used kibble bag filled with kibble, and so now everything has the wonderful smell of dog kibble. So I think that Ruffly might be Muck-Off's first customer of the event, since the event hasn't technically started yet.
But we want it. We want to make sure we get it before everybody else comes and gets these things. We're definitely getting the lens cleaner because we do need that for everything. For Moxie's goggles as well, so that they stay nice, and for my helmet as well. Just a quick time out to tell you how you can support the Go Ruffly Around the World adventure for Girl Up. You can donate directly to Girl Up at goruffly.com/world-adventure. You can make a purchase at goruffly.com where 10% goes towards the fundraiser. Tell all your friends and family about it. And of course, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much. Now back to the adventure.
So the wonderful people at Mahogany Smoked Meats came over because I had been ogling
Oogling or ogling?
Eyeing some of their like spicy beef jerky. Now Jess and I are mostitarians, meaning we are mostly vegetarians and some small time eat meat, and it really has to be something that catches our eye. Well, spicy beef jerky. Now this is the habanero, which is not the spiciest. This is like middle of the road, I think is how she described it. So the habanero is spicy. It's like tingly spicy, like, you know, you feel it on your tongue, it's kind of dancing around. I don't know, little teeny tiny pinpricks on your tongue. Nothing like out of control, but like anything less spicy than this is kind of like, why bother? So this kind of warms the mouth. This feels good. This feels spicy, you know, but not like, it does bode well for the other ones that really will like kick you right in the throat, right in the breather.
We also have it in a brisket, which will hold the flavor a little differently because of fat content. Then we have the ghost pepper. Now this is quite a bit spicier. Still good flavor, not really overwhelming. And then we have the Carolina Reaper, which to me is beyond hot for my palate, personally.
So on a scale of like 1 to kicking you in the throat, Carolina Reaper is like kicking you in the throat and in the face and upside the head.
Yes, and then the nose will run, and who knows, an hour from now if your stomach may hurt. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Carolina Reaper is probably more punch than...
No, we're doing it this afternoon. We're gonna get the taster pack of all of the spicy, and then Greg is going to try everyone. Overland Expo West turned out to be a really stellar event. I was on probably 3 roundtables. Yeah, one was for Mexico and Central America, one was about overlanding as women, and the other one was about making a living while on the road and overlanding. So those 3 things just were great. I met so many awesome travelers during those panels, and people had really great questions. We also had our GoRUFFLY Around the World booth set up. So we had the bike there with Moxie in her cockpit, and oh my God, people loved seeing her. It was funny because she was exhausted. There was just so much going on, so much attention she was getting. It was like by the end of the first day on Friday, we had people coming up saying, "Is she real? I thought that she was a stuffed animal." Because she was just so calm. She was just laying there. She was letting everybody come and love her. The only challenges that we had are when people with their dogs came up really close to the cockpit. She was a bit defensive, and she didn't want other dogs nearby. And people also were asking about the GoRUFFLY Around the World adventure, about where we've been and where we're going. They asked about Girl Up and girls empowerment. So it was a great opportunity for us to share that information.
So while you're traveling, when do you guys have time to make this stuff?
So we have a whole team in Guatemala that does it. We ride 4 days and we work 3 days. So the 3 days that we're working, that's when we communicate with the team and our customers and everything that's going on. But we have a manager that's on ground in Guatemala that's doing all of it and making sure everything's okay.
Well, I left Chattanooga, boy, had $1 and a dime. I headed out for Nashville on the Hard Rock Line. I'm working on that old steamboat and learned to rob and steam. When my feet had touched dry land, how happy I did feel.
I'm doing the level 1 class again, not from these guys. It's the first time I'm doing it from DART.
We're based out of Norman, Oklahoma. We do training all over the United States, in Mexico, down in Baja, some in South America, in Colombia, and in Bolivia. So I actually started in Bolivia a long time ago. So we started asking to do more training here, so we did. And we've been fortunate enough to be doing the training for all of the Overland Expos.
I love to do these level 1 classes because I feel like I still have a lot of skills left that I need to learn. As much as I've done so much dirt, I prefer having somebody sort of watch me and teach me and make sure that I have the right skills for it. I just want to like get the fundamentals down.
Handy trick when you don't have a dog bowl with you. Use your Giant Loops Possible pouch and just kind of make it a little concave. It's fully waterproof. And so it becomes a fairly effective dog bowl when the whole case doesn't get knocked over. Our Overland Expo purchasing is a little bit different from most of what you see where people are buying like giant shocks or tents that go on top of their vehicle. We got the mahogany beef jerky, right? We got the green wiper for your visor and your helmet. And for our Nanopresso for campsite coffee, we got some espresso, roasted and ground from Campground Coffee, which is a great name. And that's really our Overland Expo purchasing spree.
One of the real highlights of Overland Expo was the moto party. So Allison from the Overland Expo Foundation had mentioned beforehand that they were going to give Girl Up $1,000 donation. And when we were at the moto event, she announced that we won the $5,000 Change Your World Travel Grant. So that was really awesome. She announced it at the moto party and everybody was there and celebrating, and it was just a great experience.
Be the first in line, so when the cookie crumbles, the best piece they will find. Oh, we're racing to a red light.
We are here at the
You gotta think of these
Coco.
things before you start recording.
What's the name of the place that we're at?
Coconino?
We're at one of the national forests, and
Near Flagstaff.
Near Flagstaff, and we are filming an episode of Why We Roam. It's part of Overland Expo and talking about overland travel, and especially for us, it's about traveling with our dog who is busy making a mess of the ground over there. So we're gonna be here for today. We're gonna camp out, and then tomorrow we're gonna start heading off towards Los Angeles so that I can get my bike registered and titled and get everything sorted with it so that we can start heading north to Alaska. Hi, I'm Jess Stone. I am the founder of GoRUFFLY, where we make ethical outdoor dog gear, and I ride a BMW G650 GS with my 75-pound German Shepherd Moxie on the back of my bike in her K9 Moto Cockpit or motorcycle dog carrier.
I'm Greg Stone. I'm the other third of the GoRUFFLY Around the World crew.
And we are currently on an around the world trip. So Greg and I were international aid workers. We worked for the same company in South Sudan. Greg wanted to do a North to South America trip. He invited me to come along, but I had to learn how to ride my own bike. And so Greg taught me how to ride when we were in Liberia, and that was our first overlanding experience together.
When you ride a motorcycle, you feel everything. You know, you come over a curve and it was warm on this side, and now it's cool on this side. You're in it. Fantastic filming, a lot of fun. Why We Roam by Overland Expo.
We are on our way out. We're gonna head out to Lake Havasu or somewhere around that area to camp for tonight on our way to LA. And then hopefully by tomorrow midday we'll be in LA. I'll be able to get my DMV work done, and then we will be ready to start heading up to Alaska.
We would never do this. We haven't done it. We're not doing it currently. But it is possible in some parallel universe that this new bike that Jess is riding could be carrying the license plate of another bike from Guatemala because they look identical, and this one didn't have any documents that came on time. That didn't happen. We're not doing that. I would never do that, and I certainly wouldn't recommend it. But you could imagine a scenario in which someone might hypothetically do that.
Yes.
So it needs to be remedied, hypothetically. So basically at hot rest stops like this, Jessica takes advantage of her broken leg syndrome to ask me for things. And so basically I am subsidizing her rest and relaxation. She said that, that like her way of dealing with this is basically to stay calm and relax.
Very African way.
the African way. And that makes sense, and that's fine as long as you have somebody to bring you food, to bring your water, to bring you the things that you need for the dog, and you can just lay there in the shade and barely move. And so she's like semi-comatose, just like Moxie. So I'm a subsidizer. I am enabling this, and I don't necessarily feel so good about it.
It's got to be some sort of beetle or insect or something that's making that noise. It's funny because it's like causing the other ones in these other trees to make noise. It's like a click, 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 click.
It's kind of eerie. It's like it's spreading all over these small treetops, like everywhere around us. Like they're all communicating to prepare the attack. Flesh-eating beetles coming down from the treetops to pick our bones.
Click, 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 click. Come on.
Look at those old bones.
I know.
She is so tired.
Nope, come.
No. She wants to dig her grave right there.
Let's go.
She's like, we could go riding some more in this heat, or I could just dig my grave. She already pooped, so we don't have to worry about her hanging the butt off the back of the boat type of thing.
Moxie, lay down. We still have another 2.5 hours until we get to our campsite, and it's quite hot out. So I think this will help her cool down a little bit. I know she just wants to sleep. It's been a long day already, but we're gonna make it, and this is gonna keep her nice and cool.
What happened here? This is clearly a malfunction. We have a design defect here with the tail. Somehow she laid down on top of it. It is under her and then curving around and back out. So this will get sorted for sure as we ride, and she will shuffle herself and sort of adjust to deal with this.
It's been a long, hard season. I'm feeling weary to my bones. I guess that's my reason. I've packed my bags and now I'm gone. Somewhere between the sun.
Moxie, it's for your own good. What's best for you, trust me, I know.
She doesn't like it, it gets in her eyes.
Leave it, leave it.
Rub it on her now, rub it.
I want it to like... Want some more? Either going in you or on you. It's going in you or on you, come on. There you go, make the right choice. Hydrate. From here, we are basically descending and we are going towards the Mojave. And if you're not sure what desert you're in the sort of California, Arizona area, then just call it the Mojave because you're probably gonna be right. This is the part of the day where we've reached sort of the flat, straight, high-speed riding. So that means it is time to put on her ear pros. Blythe, California, here we come.
Green umbrella drink in my hand.
We found a very promising campsite. It is Mayflower County Park. There is a fee for use, but they're closed right now. So the guy in the Rubicon next to us said, okay, so you can either pay in the morning when they get here or leave before they get here. I don't think we'll be leaving that early, and I don't think we need to ditch out on our contribution to keeping the park nice. Before we even set up camp, I have to get down these steep rocks so that we can get in the water and cool down. It was a scorcher, but really I have no reason to complain, because from a high of 40 earlier today, it's only like 36 now. What the hell are you doing?
I got burned by the bike.
Oh shit. Even with the heat shield?
On this, it was getting really hot on this side, so much that I was like turning my leg on the left side. I think it was just too hot outside in general.
So the sun's going down, we've set up camp. We're gonna have a little what tonight?
Yellow dal, I think is what it is.
So some Indian food. Jess is just responding to a couple of customers because she's good like that in the evening. I kind of get a little cranky and want to feed.
I made a mess.
We got this guy who strikes me as a bit of a douchebag on our right-hand side, who's running his Jeep all night, I think, because he wants the air conditioning. So he's just running it. We're kind of curious how long this guy's going to run his Jeep. Hour number 3, he's still at it. We looked it up.
And it said like half a gallon per hour for idling, depending on the vehicle.
So we're assuming really a Jeep Rubicon would be something closer to maybe 2/3 of a gallon.
6 gallons for 8 hours at like $6 a gallon here, because he probably has to use premium.
We're in California, so it's at least $6.
So now we're at $36 just for air conditioning.
$36 for air conditioning. For air conditioning. That's amazing.
Hi guys, thanks for watching. I hope you really enjoyed the episode. So Overland Expo and Overland Expo Foundation, they really embraced our Go Roughly Around the World adventure. We had our booth where we could talk to everybody about the adventure and the fundraiser. I was on a number of the round tables where I was sharing my experience about overland travel, traveling as a woman, traveling with pets. And I also had my own presentation about Go Roughly Around the World. And they were just really great and such supportive people and allowing us to be there and share what we're doing with their audiences. And really the icing on the cake was the Change Your World Travel Grant that I was awarded by the Overland Expo Foundation, that $5,000 grant, which was completely unexpected, but just so welcome. And so I have earmarked that money to help transport Moxie from Canada to Europe. Because shipping her obviously is going to be really expensive. So this is going to help cover the cost of shipping Moxie so that we can continue the adventure into Africa. So I am so thankful for the foundation for all of their support. And I'm so looking forward to sharing more about the adventure with the Overland Expo team. The foundation also gave us access to the off-road training classes that were happening at Overland Expo. So I took the level 1 training class with DART, which is the Dragoo Adventure Rider Training. And they were really awesome. They condensed basically their level 1 class into like 3.5 hours. So I was able to practice all of my skills again, going through the cones at slow speed, the enduro steering, the stopping, all of the things that you need to do when you're starting out, when you're riding off-road. So it was a good refresher for me, but it did sort of indicate the areas that I need to practice more of. So that was a great start. And you're going to see in the next episode that Rawhide Adventures, who also does amazing off-roading classes, they actually comped me a private lesson with this great trainer. Her name is Gina. You're going to see it in the next episode. I took a Luna Laguna out there and I bashed the hell out of her. I dropped her. I had issues. You're going to have to watch and see how that all worked out. But the DART training was a great sort of preparation for this full day of training, of private lesson at Rawhide at their facility in Castaic. So it was a great way to sort of get going again with the off-roading and practice my skills. So make sure you tune in to next week's episode at 11 a.m. Central here on YouTube so you can see more about my off-roading adventures. And then follow us on Facebook and Instagram at GoRUFFLY. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.